Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hello, everybody. Hi, my friends.
Hello.
Yeah, we're doing the ASMR thing in the camera.
The camera. Yes, we're touching the face. Yes,
Do we touch each other
here
through the internet?
I feel it.
Sure.
I feel like we're tricking our mind's eye a little bit here, and it's like, oh, what's going on here? Are we all getting into ASMR? Is that the deal here? Am I the latest to the party?
Yeah, you are. I got into ASMR like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's I've opened my mind, y'all. It's not as bad as I thought. That was kind of weird, but
Good.
It's kind of nice. Kind of nice.
Do you are there any particular like ASMR artists that you have taken to, or
Maybe
just...
post show. Maybe it's post show. Okay. I don't know why I brought it up.
All right, fine.
I mean, that makes it sound like weirder than it should be.
Yeah,
Post show. Can't. Behind the paywall.
Nope. Look, we should dive directly into the Pokemon news, or nobody will watch us ever again. God knows whatever happened last week. We don't have any tricks. I don't think I've got any like other Nintendo podcasters like in my basement right now. Justin Masson is not here. He went back
nobody's
home.
Gonna pop up.
No, I don't think so. Although if like Fulia or like Dragnu showed up, that would be like a miracle of time and space. That would be incrable. It's like, I thought you were in Australia. And they're like, I came through the tunnel. You know, the Australia-Canada tunnel.
The one tunnel.
The warp pipe. The one. Like, that's as many roads as we have in Canada. One.
Oh, man. That would be very good. Well, hi. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I'm happy to be here with the people watching us live at youtube.com/carpoolgaming. Shout out to everybody watching us live. Hi, chat. We love you very much. We're here doing, I wonder if we did do like just a totally ASMR focused episode. Would that be the biggest episode of this show? Just of all time?
I think we should try it. I think I'm not against it. Mm-hmm. I'm down.
Maybe
with
one day.
Just a little taste.
Maybe one day. Just a little taste.
New Patreon goal.
Yeah, there you go. That's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are going to talk about the Pokemon Presents, but before we get into that, must we?
Sorry, I didn't mute. I'm sorry. Forgot to mute.
Must we? But before we do, though, I want to talk about what we've been playing, because Sean am I to believe that you're no longer in your committed relationship?
Till death or credits rolled do we part. Yes, in the Discord, I think I was causing a bit of, I don't know what. There was some havoc, some ruckus. I was causing a ruckus because I said, I declared I'm on to the next game, and everybody's like, hey, I thought you were in a committed relationship. And it's like, well, not forever. Like it's for me to finish to complete the game. And yes, even though my reputation might suggest something else, I completed another game, y'all. And this was a big one. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, 2018's Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Game of the year 2018, Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Get used to it, okay? Because who knows when I'm going to play anything of this year, the year of our Lord, 2023. Who knows, man? I got lots of stuff to catch up on. I'm the world's #1 triangle strategy fan on planet Earth. Maybe even the solar system. I'm not sure. I can't be certain of that sort of thing. So that's up there. We got lots of things to get to, Xenoblade, and we'll see. But I have completed it, and I don't know how deep to get into it. To be honest with you, I think people just want to know if I finished it. Like, this is a game from forever ago. I managed to read all of the text. That was good, Seth. That was I had it on TV and it sat real close, so that was helpful. I felt like the first half was the better half, at least for me. I chose the Detroit Blue Lions as my home or house. And I think that might have had to do something with it. I've heard that that's not the best. And I just thought people were being picky. To be honest with you, I just thought people were like, oh, I like mine like a little bit better. Like, and you know what? I take it back. I think you were right. I think I think I could have chosen better. I think. Because I feel like the second half, like things kind of go to heck, if I can say so. And it's kind of lame in the Blue House. And I wonder if in the Deers, is it the Golden? No, who is it?
Golden Deers.
It's not the Deers. What's Edelgards?
Deers.
The black
Edelgards?
The black houses.
The Chicago Blackhawks.
the Blackhawks, yes. Yeah. Goodness gracious, I just finished this game. I think that would be an interesting path. But I had finished up until like kind of the time jump before, and this time I played the entire thing. And I feel like I got the better half the last time I played this. That's kind of just overall where I'm at. And I was tempted to, I found a single copy of the Divine Edition of Fire Emblem Engage at Best Buy. And I have a gift card, as we've discussed. And I passed on it. I'm going to save that card for something else. We might need some air tags or something. I keep losing stuff. So I think I need to buy something else.
Your one gift card is really like, yeah, I was about to say the one gift card is like 10 gift cards that you just stack. Like,
it is one.
And
we got it when we got our phones. We got Best Buy gift cards with our telephones. What am I even talking about anymore? So I passed on it anyways. I need a palate cleanser. I don't know if I can go from one Fire Emblem directly into another
to another like RPG.
I think so. Even though that's my entire backlog, it seems. When I think about my backlog, it's RPGs precisely on the Switch. But dude, like Fire Emblem is just so good. I played for reals. Like I play for keeps. Okay, regular difficulty, permadeath. So nobody actually. My God. So, but here's the deal. I don't want to like get myself a little too highfalutin over here. Was playing with permadeath, and I might have been multitasking during one of the battles, and I think that Ingrid died, and I didn't notice. Because it just like because it kind of happened
like a true war commander.
What? I'm like, what happened to her?
Yeah, and you had no idea.
Wait a minute, what happened to her?
Whatever happened to her? She had goals and ambitions. I think she's dead somewhere. I don't even know if we buried her.
Wow.
I don't know if it's like part of the story that like that's just what happens. Because it seemed like some characters were killed off screen, and then who knows if that's true. But yeah, I think I might have missed something there because it runs down and gives you like the what happened to so and so like after the game is done. It's like, well, this person went off and did this and blah 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 blah. And then it's like everybody's having these wonderful lives, and you know they made a legacy, and Ingrid fell in battle. Like, oh no,
Ingrid got stabbed with a pitchfork.
Poor Ingrid, jeez.
Ingrid got forgotten at school on the front porch of school. Dad was supposed to pick her up.
Oh no,
never seen again. Oh man. So yeah, and then I picked my waifu. I thought it was going to be Mercedes.
It
was Shamir, I think is pronounced Shamir, and the sniper with the bow and arrow, man. She was the one.
All right.
I chose wisely, I think. So yes, John 32. Clearly she wasn't the best waifu. Definitely not. No, not even close.
Waifus survive.
She's joined with her late husband. Yes. But what a wild ride, man. What like things went places. I asked for it. I'm like, I hope this thing kind of takes a weird turn. And it does. Takes a pretty weird turn. I enjoyed my time with it. Love these characters. Wish I could have saved them all, but you know, you win some, you lose one.
You win some and you forget some.
You know? At least it was only one. Like it could have been worse, right?
Well, the fact that I was like so proud I played on permadeath and didn't lose anyone.
Yeah.
And I just forgot.
But like, you did. You just forgot a character.
Oh my! Well, because like the thing about this, and maybe it's just generally tactics games. Like, there's just a lot of battles. Like, I think I must have played like hundreds of battles, right? And so it at a certain point, you're like, okay, I'm probably fine. And I'm just kind of like going up, attacking, running through the motions and stuff. And that's that's why I don't want to go into another one, because I just feel like that would be kind of
fatigued
a little bit. And I so fatigued that I misplaced one of my one of my classmates or members or whatever. So she gone.
Oh my god.
Could be worse.
Wow.
Could be like As Dusk Falls, where I the game on Xbox where you choose your own adventure, and I actively murdered everyone. They're all dead. What? That was on
terrible.
This one was by accident.
I know, it's worse that it's on purpose.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Yep.
Bring that to Switch.
Exactly.
Where's that at?
I mean, look, I'm not. You're over here keeping all your villagers alive but sacrificing your cult of the lamb, like you're better than me,
Listen, I only did it because they asked. I was like, okay.
Fair enough.
All
Sometimes
right.
they do ask.
They do ask.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever done it, is when somebody asked. And I still have
Ingrid
trauma.
was asking for it, if you know what I mean.
I still have trauma.
Every now and then, cults of the lamb, you got to sacrifice them to like solve a problem. Like if they're one of those dissenting villagers or whatever, like, all right, you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying.
I got to take you off the board.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't have to do that with any of my dissenters. I just put them in the barracks and made them think about what they did until they praised my name again. I was like, all right.
Go to your room until you praise. Well, you know what? I'm proud of you, Sean.
Thank you. Thank you.
You get a bad rap. Everybody really says you never finish games.
I give it to myself, and I get that. Like, I make fun of me, and that's all good. But everybody else, that doesn't give you permission, okay? It's much better when I make fun of myself. So just back off, all right?
Back off a little bit.
Miss Ivory Tower over here is the only one. She's the only one who can do this. Lockleth is the only one who can do the la-di-da. Everybody else, just like, check yourself, okay? Stand down. Just relax.
Waving at you from up here.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Hi. It's me, way up here.
Yeah, Lockleth's playing all kinds of stuff, man. What have you been playing, Lockleth?
Well, first off, let me just quickly go over that I played Katamari Damacy Reroll.
Yes.
What a weird game. What a strange one.
Put it on the box.
Seth almost spits out his coffee. Literally so strange. I played a Katamari game like a long time ago, but I forgot like just how weird it is. I don't know what made me forget. Like just looking at the what is it? Your father or / God that's telling you to.
Oh yeah, the king of all cosmos.
Yeah. The king of all cosmos, who just looks like beautiful, handsome Squidward, basically.
A little bit.
With I don't know, with a Barnacle Man's like body or whatever. I don't know. But it's just such a weird game. Played the demo. I didn't play it enough to basically finish it because the demo is just the entire game, right? And it takes like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It took like 4 hours, I think, is what somebody said in Discord to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Quagmire finished it. I don't remember, but I didn't play enough to actually finish it. But I think I'm just gonna wait and see when the next one comes out. Aren't they remastering a different one in that series?
We Love Katamari is coming in June. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to wait for that one because I think that might be the one that I'm thinking of that my brother played and I played a little bit of. So we'll see. But
probably
outside of the weirdness that is a little weirdness, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
And I say weirdness because one of the masks you can unlock in
Sean's
Kirby.
Gone. Goodbye. He's in the corner.
He's like, I'm just off frame. One of the masks you can unlock from Kirby is a Kirby mask. And so I can't wait to unlock that so I can walk around as Kirby in a Kirby mask.
Yeah, it is true. And there's a lot of masks in the game.
I unlocked
Kirby in a Kirby mask.
I unlocked King DTD the last time I played.
Me too.
So exciting.
I don't really like the masks that much.
Really?
I like lame. Yeah.
They're lame.
It's okay, but like in past Kirby games, you get these cool like stickers, or can't remember if it was in Triple Deluxe or Robobot, but you got these like shiny keychains that were all on this like nice like board and stuff. Like, and in comparison, it's like cool. I get to put on like a dinky little mask and pretend like I'm King DTD.
Did they also like were they also on display when you played like the story too, though?
There, you go to like a separate menu typically and like see them.
Well,
you know,
the masks you can wear and then go through the story. So it kind of it's not just all for naught. I think that's why I liked it, because I can just I can wear my Coup mask and look like him as I'm going against all the Waddle Dees or whatever. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I've only played through the first, I guess, world. Beat the tree guy. Can never remember his name. Well, I will never remember. Yeah, Wispy, that thing. Wispy Windwoods, whatever the heck. I defeated him, but that's as far as I've gotten so far. I've gotten through a couple of the next doors, but I'll probably play some more this weekend. But I definitely was into the Kirby on Friday when it came out. So
yeah, I played a bunch of it. I played it like a lot this weekend. I have done all of the Merry Magoland stuff. I 100%ed it. There's 120 missions to do. I've done them all. I got like sucked right into it. I am almost through my first run of the story mode, and then you have to do. I'm literally on the final level of the story, and then you have to do the epilogue, and then you have hard mode, and then you have arena, and then you have true arena. So there's like a lot of content in there, and yeah, it's good. It's a great, Return to Dreamland on Wii was already real good, and now it just like looks prettier and has like new content in it. I like it a lot. It's good. It's
if I want to be nitpicky, I don't like that you're on like the star as you're going through the Merry Magoland. Like I wish you could just run around instead of being on this like hoverboard of sorts.
Right.
Yeah. The Mary what? The Mary Magdalene? What are you
Magoland.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close to that famous lady from that book.
What?
That's what I heard.
No? It's basically the mini games area, which I did get caught in that a little bit when I played it on Friday. I played all of the little mini games at least once, but I could easily be like you, Seth, and just be sucked into just that.
I got lost in
sucked into it. I get it. How's it going?
Dude, the samurai one, which is basically just a quick time event. I got they did this like Merry Magaland.
No, Adam.
No, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not. They have like the one online element in this entire game is that you can play like the samurai mini game in Kirby with 100 other people and basically just can compete over like who gets the fastest time on it.
That sounds amazing.
And you can do it once per day. Well, you can do it as many times as you want, but your score is only your first one. That's the score that gets submitted. And on Saturday, I was number 1 in the world. Fun fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe in the universe.
Maybe.
Maybe all the planets. It's amazing.
Or at least out of the people I played with. I don't know exactly how it works, but I was number 1 for Saturday. So that was cool.
I hope you got those kids.
Yeah.
Got those kids. Day 2 of the game, and Seth's like,
you're playing against.
I know. Day 2 of the game, and Seth's like, I am the master samurai.
I'm the best.
I am quick to that button, children.
Stupid kids.
Get your reflexes in check.
You got to teach them young. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm playing with my nephews.
Up in here.
No.
There's no mercy when I play with my nephews. Zero.
I'm playing chess with Lincoln these days, and I do not let him win. The sad part is, he's like 6 months away from legitimately beating me. Like he just like,
but that's how he gets there.
I agree. Yeah. It's just it's a lot of tears until then, and then he'll be thanking me when he's older. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm not abusive to my son.
They'll remember that. I remember we used to at my grandmother's house when I was growing up, we had a ping pong table. My uncle would just wreck me.
Oh yeah.
Just dude, like he would just come down he lived in my grandmother's attic for a little while, and he would come down just with his shirt off and his pajama pants and just casually destroy me at ping pong.
Look at Lachlan's face.
Crush my soul.
I picture what's the guy from Lord of the Rings? My precious.
Oh, I was picturing like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Totally. It was that vibe.
That
totally.
probably made more sense, but for some reason my mind went to some weird creature that's like, you want to play?
Just anything that's happening in the basement is a Lord of the Rings scene.
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha.
He lived in the attic. Oh, that's probably for post show. I have a fun story about that. Anyways, and I'm sure we'll forget it by the
Patreon.com/carpool gaming for all the stabbing stories that we've had in the past.
The stories that we may or may not remember when we get to the post show, but I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, write it down.
I'm not.
I also, real quick, I'll shout out Octopath Traveler 2, which I've been playing. That came out also on Friday, and you know what? I wasn't going to play it. I was kind of like in that Sean moment. I was like, I have other games to play. I don't know if I'm ready for like a big RPG. And then we ended up
nuts to that.
Yeah, forget it. I got another 100 hours laying around. Why not? Wound up. So All In got it from Square, and so I was just like, all right, well, I got to at least make a video on it and like make coverage on it or whatever. And then I got sucked into it, and now I'm like 6-7 hours in, and I'm like really enjoying it. And I think, didn't we get a question about Octopath actually? Should I hit that now?
Yeah,
here it is.
Better than Psychopath Traveler.
Yeah, it's not Psychopath Traveler. Yeah, we got a question from Drellesh. So hi, Michael. He says, "Dear all, thanks so much for the awesome pre-shows these last few times. We have done a couple of pre-shows. Question for Seth: how are you enjoying Octopath Traveler 2 on the Switch, and are you having similar reading difficulties as with Fire Emblem Three Houses? How does it play? Are you enjoying it? No reading difficulties. You'll all be happy to know. I read it just fine with these old eyes. Works totally fine. And yeah, I'm really liking it. It is like an old school Japanese role-playing game. Like if you are thinking of like a Final Fantasy VI Super Nintendo-esque RPG sort of thing, you're kind of in the right spot. The gimmick with this series is you've got 8 playable characters, all from like different stories and sections of the same world, and their stories like intersect a lot more in this game. And you sort of build a party and kind of see the world through different people's perspectives, and it's really cool. It's sort of like the concept of Live Alive, but made into a full and more cohesive game. Because Live Alive is good, but it's very like unfocused. So yeah, it's real good. Music's great. I love the combat. I could get super nerdy and in the weeds, but I don't know how much anybody cares to hear that.
Like
it's more of an
dandelions?
RPG cave thing.
Get into the dandelions. Get on in there. Get in the prickly ones.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. The combat it's honestly probably my favorite thing about it, because I really like when a game's combat system, like especially in a JRPG, when they allow like that kind of risk reward. So like you can kind of like hold turns and like build up this like burst meter sort of thing. And like just do like you can like take advantage of like strengths and weaknesses, break the defenses of an enemy, leave them stunned, and then I've built up all this burst and I can charge it up like by 4 times and then just end their career. Just take them out like Ingrid, man. Like it'd be just, totally demolish them. And it's very, very satisfying and good. I started playing as
the called I Forgot About You, and then you just leave.
Yeah. just walk away. I started my playthrough as Throne the Thief, who has a really cool like story, and she can pickpocket people, and she gets like all these bonuses and buffs in the dark. Ryan Turford in the chat says I'm also playing Octopath 2, so he and I need to talk about all that nerdy stuff. Let's do it, Ryan. So yeah. Anyway, Octopath Traveler 2, really good. I
love it.
And I will say too, and I got the first game when it came out, liked it, ended up slipping through the cracks for me.
Same.
Didn't finish it. And this one, I don't really know why. I think I just like moved on to other things, but this one, from what I'm hearing from people who like didn't, kind of felt the same way about the first one, this one seems to be a lot more cohesive. Like the stories and the characters interact a lot more. The writing seems to be stronger by most people's estimation. It's really good. So
neat.
Yeah, they took feedback to heart. Neat.
I like it.
Do we have the Bravely games on Switch, Swanch?
There's one, I think.
Two?
I think
we have the sequel.
I think. I don't want to say
that. I don't want to say the other word. You guys make fun of me. I always say it. Now I don't remember which way is the right way.
Default.
Is that right or is that wrong? Are you making fun of me right now? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either.
Default?
I say default. I don't know.
Well, the thing is there's Bravely Default, Bravely Second, and then Bravely Default 2.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think. So
that's right. Yeah.
I think Bravely
great games
2
on
is
3DS.
Right.
I would like those on the Swanch. You mentioned Final Fantasy, and I could easily Google this. You could direct me to the website www.google.com or .ca if you like. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's weird that they have both. What's the deal with these Final Fantasy 1 through 6 remaster pixel thingies that are coming to Switch? Are they like $4,000? What is happening with this, Seth?
Okay, so what they're doing with this is in the middle of the night, Square Enix was like, hey, these are coming sometime in the spring to Switch and PlayStation. They were only on PC and mobile for like the past year, right?
Yeah.
So finally they're coming out on Switch and PlayStation sometime this spring. However, the pre-orders for the physical version, they're like, hey, they're in limited supply for the physical versions. And they're only going to be available on our website. You can't go to a Walmart or a GameStop.
I like it. Okay.
So here's the problem, though. They put it up in the middle of the night. They sold out in minutes, right? And so what ended up happening was people are now putting them up on eBay or whatever for, hundreds of dollars already.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's the way of the world. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to work.
Capitalism, baby.
Definitely. Yes. I'm kidding. In case it's not clear, I'm joking. That's a horrible situation.
It sucks.
That all sounds terrible. So that's why I'm seeing the price just totally jacked up. It's scalper kind of, because I'm like, I don't understand. The game's not even out yet. How is this being scalped? So it's pre-order scalping.
Yeah, pre-order scalping. Yeah, it sucks. And you can, you're going to be able to get each one individually if you want. When these come out, they'll be on the eShop individually. Okay. But for people who are physical collectors and stuff, they had one shot and you just had to have happened to be awake. That's right. They missed out on the mom spaghetti at Square Enix.
They missed their chance to flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, missed their chance to flow.
That more than a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. That's right. That's right.
I don't know if I would buy them individually though. And the reason I ask is from a genuine source of what's the deal with I want to play these. This is a gigantic hole in my gaming history, I feel.
Yeah.
And so I'm very interested in it, but I'm scared away by these stories of gigantic prices and everything. So it sounds like digital you can't scalp as far as I know. I don't think that's a thing yet.
They haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, they almost, NFTs were there, man. They almost took hold, but nah, fam. Not in 2023, madam.
I don't know why, but hearing Sean say fam does not sound right.
I was making a voice.
Fam.
Nah, fam.
Yeah. He's being cool.
Too cool for the word. Yep. Too cool.
Oh my gosh! About
so that's what's going on with those.
Okay.
I think it's $74.99
for all of them.
Yeah,
for the collection.
Yeah, for all of them.
That seems reasonable.
US, so it's probably $200.
Yeah, $250. Yeah, easy. Yeah, I need about $350. I said I ain't got no $350 Loch Ness Monster.
I told that Loch Ness Monster I don't got no tree fitty.
I'm so glad you picked that up, dude. I was like, this is a risky one.
We had
post show. Where are we right now?
I know, right? We did have a question similar to that, in regards to scalping and things. I'm gonna go over it now since we kind of did that.
Yeah.
So Quagmire, just
Quagmire?
like many people,
Quagmire?
is still awaiting their copy of Metroid Prime Remastered from Nintendo. They're frustrated that Nintendo chose to print 57 copies for us to fight over, Tickle Me Elmo style.
Yes.
Or pay $100 on eBay. There's a special place in, and this is verbatim, HE double hockey stick
boy. Yes.
for scalpers. What makes it more ironic is he was able to walk into his local Target and pick up one of the 10 copies of Kirby that they had in stock with 0 issues on launch day.
I wonder why.
And his question is, why does Nintendo continue to fail to anticipate the demand of their IP? I don't know what to say.
It's not failing. They're doing it on purpose. They do it on purpose. They know exactly what they're doing.
I'm starting to agree. Because
like 20 years of evidence.
Well, here's the thing. Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Because Kirby's the perfect comparison, right? Because Kirby, even though it is a lot more marketable than something like Metroid, Kirby, just like Metroid, has never sold super duper well. In fact, Kirby, I would say, in terms of sales, is right alongside Metroid in that it's always kind of been in that like 3 million range, you know, and then Forgotten Land comes out and does really well, and it's the best-selling game in the series, and that's it. Metroid, same way, kind of stayed in that kind of range, and then Dread came out, best-selling game in the series, and now here we are. So why is it that Metroid Prime Remastered, which was shadow dropped towards the end of the last Direct, so they knew it was like a hype moment, right? Why is the physical of that they created the hype for? They said, hey, in like 2 weeks or whatever, you can get the physical on this day. Like, you have created the hype. So why is it that the demand did not match the supply? The demand that you're creating is not matching the supply that you're providing. You know what I mean?
They had to change the narrative on Metroid one way or another. They didn't like that it just didn't sell all that much. I think it's interesting. Is that for real? Are you speaking facts right now that Metroid sells similarly to Kirby, and yet we have 40,000 different Kirby games and 12 Metroid games?
Yeah,
that doesn't seem fair at
all.
Very true. Doesn't seem. They're probably just.
I think
harder to make Metroid games.
I think so, and I think it's also. Well, and I think it's also because like when you. when you put out a new Kirby game, you're also putting out plushies, and you're also putting out, you know, manga and little animated movies in Japan, and there's like a new run of the Kirby Cafe and blah blah blah. Like, you're not getting that with Metroid. So I almost feel like Kirby is the kind of thing where like there's a reason we got a big blowout for Kirby's anniversary and not Zelda's, for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's wild to me still.
Yeah, it's fair.
Kirby's more marketable.
I think this limited constraint and even the shadow drop itself is really just trying to change something about Metroid. I think they figured they had something on there. But in a way, it kind of like makes sense. This quick to market, as if they didn't have this game rated back in 2021. You know, it's like, we just got it out there. In a way, and I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who had zero interest in the physical at all. I went and got digital, and that's a whole other story. I'm kind of glad that they did it this way. And it sucks that people are suffering out there. And I hate that scallopers are out there. I'm not even calling them by what they want to be called. They're scallopers from now on. They're stinky. They're scallopers. Yes. You smell like
the sea.
Yes. Fish food over here. You smell like my cat's dinner. You bunch of scallopers.
Yes. Scallopers.
Scallywag and scallopers. It sucks that people do that, obviously. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want this for Metroid. I want like the fervor for it, that like, I need to get it. Like I hate that Nintendo manipulates us. I hate that scallopers are getting paid. I hate that people are suffering and all of those things, obviously. But at the same time, like, it's kind of neat. Like, it's kind of good. It's kind of good. No?
It's hard to dispute that, because I do think that this fervor, like, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if when we get updated numbers for this, if this is now the best-selling Metroid game. You know,
I hope so. Hopefully they did make more than 57 copies, because that isn't going to climb very far up the charts on its own.
Yeah.
A couple of more. It's
neat. I think they probably made a couple more than 57.
Yeah. I was actually waiting for the physical to get it myself, because this was one, like, for Kirby, I didn't even bother going to the store. I just bought it digitally, and I was like, I'll buy it physical again, like, later.
Why would I ever want to trade this game in? I'll just buy it digitally. I'll totally buy this permanently.
I know I'll love it. I just, you know, I know myself, Sean.
I'm happy for you. I'm seeing a ton of YouTube ads for Metroid though. Like they're promoting it like crazy right now. So I don't know, man. Maybe nobody buys physical. Maybe that's the other part of this whole equation. That just not very many people buy.
Maybe they thought a lot of people would buy it digitally because of the shadow drop that they didn't make as many physicals. I don't know.
What's in the like? Is it just the case and the cartridge? Like, is there anything to be?
Yeah, it has reversible box art.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah. It's just and I think this is particularly true of Nintendo fans. I think that Nintendo fans are definitely more physically minded than PlayStation or Xbox.
Probably.
I would say the Xbox people are kind of way more like, especially if you're in the Game Pass ecosystem.
Dude, we don't even want to own the games.
Why? Like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation, similarly, I don't see a huge fervor of physical collectors on PlayStation, but Nintendo, and I think at least some of this, has to do with Nintendo games like holding so much of their value for so long.
There's no doubt. Yeah, for sure.
I think that has a lot to do with it. And it's also nostalgia for these brands and things like this and these franchises. So, you know, I get it. I think it's probably a little bit more skewed. But yeah, I think it's interesting that like Locklith, I think the reason that they shadow dropped it and then released the physical 2 weeks later is because they knew there would be people like me who buy it twice. You know?
See, I was trying to avoid that, and now I still don't have it.
I think that's what I think that's what they intended anyway. I do think that I think it's probably a combination of all of these things. I think that they have like, I think there is a measure of like shortchanging their supply to not meet their created demand. But I also think that they have under anticipated the amount of demand they created, if that makes sense. So, and to your point, Sean, I do sort of hope that despite all of this, it does create more fervor for Metroid Prime specifically, especially as we're leading up to 4, I hope.
Just because right to 4. No, who cares about 2 and 3? Yeah.
It has been nice to hear people talk about Metroid Prime. You
Agreed.
Know? Like,
I kind of want to sit on this for a little bit. I want to do like the Nintendo thing. Yeah. Like this is what we should be focusing on. Like I know it's easy to jump to 4 and there's 2 and 3, there's rumors and everything, but it's like, how about we just buy this one right now and play this and enjoy this? Because before we know it, that'll be it. And it's frustrating, generally speaking, when we're going like, oh, Nintendo, like give us the thing. Eventually they mostly come around, I would say. And sometimes it's better just to not have that instant gratification, I think. I'm curious because you were talking about they created the hype around this. Is it really just in the shadow drop and the delayed physical thing? Because like
I think so.
In some ways, like some might argue for a game like Hi-Fi Rush over on Xbox, it's like that's not creating any hype at all. And in fact, it's avoiding the hype cycle altogether. I wonder if with Nintendo it's a little bit different because we knew this was coming and they knew that we knew and they just weren't saying anything. And then Jeff Grubb lost all his hair to this thing. So I don't know. I wonder, like, that's what I really wonder, if Nintendo is in touch that much. And I kind of doubt it. Like it's because that's what it seems like, but I just doubt that they're like, oh, we're going to mess with them. Jeff Grubb said this and we ain't delivering. We're going to change plans to this convoluted shadow drop digitally. And like, I don't know. So you never really know what Nintendo's doing. We'll never know what's happening over there. We can surmise.
I think there's probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of like know-how on their part. But I also think that, for them, like to the point about Hi-Fi Rush, it's hype in different cycles, right? Because with Hi-Fi Rush, when that shadow dropped, everybody that was able to was playing that game that day. You know what I mean? Like that dominated that Twitter conversation for the week it came out or so. And maybe even still a little, I'm still hearing people talk about Hi-Fi Rush. It's like a lot of people saying it's like one of their favorite games of the year and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And they bought a lot of goodwill with that, you know, and I think
blah, blah, blah.
And blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Shout outs to blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I do think that
dying
Nintendo,
over here.
Blah, 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 blah.
Lockwood is like the producer on that podcast who laughs in the background. Like you need to just like get way far away from your microphone. Just have like the laugh track in the back. It's like my favorite thing. It's so good.
Yes. Way back here.
I'm listening from over here, and that was funny.
It's like a silent laugh. I need to actually make a sound, maybe.
Oh, it's so good.
I need to make a sound. But for Nintendo, though, they shadow drop, so they get the shadow drop hype, but then they also guarantee that the conversation continues for at least another 2 weeks.
Good call.
Right?
Yeah.
So
as we scramble to get this dang game. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about. What do you think, community? What do you
The Simpsons used to always do that, such a dated reference, but they'd be like, I don't know, what do you think? And they point at the screen, and then it would go around and somebody's like, I don't know. Like, I'm just the boy. Like, whatever.
Oh man.
Should we
you know what? Hang on a second. Before we move too much further on, let me ask this.
Trust me.
Hang on, we're not going anywhere.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Because this is actually a question. We got a question directed at me. Now we had one directed at Sean. I should have brought this up when you're talking about Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay.
This is from Nagachaka. Okay. Nagachaka says, should Sean start a new committed relationship with Metroid Prime Remastered or go back to one of his exes that he abandoned and broke up with, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
Oh, man. They always say, if you broke up for a reason, you know, you don't go back. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true. I know some people who they got back together and now they have children together, but you know, time will tell. Who knows? Well, work in progress, you know? I don't know what I think, and maybe this is like a stay tuned, a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a cross promotion. People are aware right now that they're listening to a podcast called The Nintendo Drive. Well, guess what? There's also a podcast called The Xbox Drive, and
True.
I'm on that show also. And so the reason I'm bringing that up a little cheekily is I think Ryan Turford and I are going to do a bit of a what is Sean going to play next, because ain't nothing happening over in Xbox land these days. So I think we're going to spend an hour figuring out what I'm going to play on Xbox next.
Oh my God.
That is possible. I've not broken up with only temporarily. Adam in the chat. I did break up temporarily with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because I'm not playing it right now. That's all that means. We're just on a break. Yeah, it's fine.
We were on a break.
That is up there though. That's there. But so is Elden Ring, and so is Sonic Frontiers, which I will give another chance. I feel like that game wasn't very good, but I'll give it another shot because I paid enough money for it. You know, I have options. At this point. My commitment is complete.
You're on the market.
Yeah, right? Back on the market, baby. You know, and we'll just see. Dude, we've been doing what I play next as far as like doing like a tournament bracket, like a March Madness kind of thing to figure out what's next. Maybe it needs to be like a Tinder, like swipe right, swipe left thing. Yeah, maybe that's what we got to do here. Yeah. Like, yeah. What's the good one? What do you swipe which way do you swipe when you want
left or right for the good one?
I don't know. You act like I know these apps. I've never played on any of these. I've never played these games.
Back on the market, baby. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I mean, in real life, I'm taken, you know, but in video game playing, bachelor. I'm just eating ramen noodles.
Like the video game Bachelor, they have to present you with like a rose and whatnot.
That's right.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Metroid Prime Remastered, just a prospect.
But I do feel tempted to go play an Xbox game because I feel like it's been a while. It's like a stained situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Aaron Lewis. Yeah. So we'll see what's going on. I also wonder, we did this one time for people who are just joining us. Where this all started, where I didn't know what I was going to play next, the second ever tournament bracket that we did, I actually let people vote on Twitch when I was streaming over on Twitch. And then people could buy extra votes with bits or whatever it was.
Ooh.
And so there was a couple people who somehow were vested enough in the outcome of that raise some money on that and played a game I didn't want to play. But yeah, it was neat. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on the Xbox Drive. I haven't quite thought that far ahead. I'm just trying to live in the moment, you know? I hear that's good to do.
Aaron Lewis lives in Mary Magaland. You sure
No,
does.
he doesn't. Does he really? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, I mean,
yeah. I'm sorry, Sean.
Surprising. Yeah. Don't meet your heroes, you know?
Yeah, don't meet your heroes. Sorry.
Aaron Lewis.
Mary Magaland, baby. Oh man, somebody needs to make, maybe this is something Hoppel, if you could just put a MAGA hat on Magalore from Kirby, just go ahead and do that. That'd be pretty good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shall we talk about Pokemon Presents?
Sure.
This happened. It happened. And I feel like, I actually don't know how you feel about this, Sean, but Lockleth, okay, well now I do know how you feel about this, Sean.
I feel two thumbs down.
I feel like Lockleth is probably the most positive out of the three of us on this. So maybe we'll start with you, Lockleth. Take us on a high note.
Listen, Pokemon Sleep.
That's all we're doing right now.
Day one, I'm getting that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It sounds like it'd be fun. You know, I suck at sleeping. Maybe it'll teach me a thing or two. I don't know. Been looking for a new alarm app. Why not? I'm not gonna probably get the little device that goes with it.
I'm sorry.
Though.
Do you not remember the name? It's the Pokemon Go Plus.
Oh yeah,
plus.
Yeah, plus. I'm not gonna get it, even though it goes with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sleep, which sounds like it's good because it goes to two things, not just one thing. But what is it, like $60, right?
Yeah, I think it's $54.99 US.
Well, whatever it is, it's too much. If it was like 30 and below, I might get it, but I'll just do without. What else am I excited about? Oh, DLC. The DLC. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC that comes out fall, winter, right?
Fall, winter. Yeah. The teal mask and the I think it was the something disc. What's the teal mask and like the blue disc or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Something strange. I'm excited because I get to have Ninetales.
Yeah,
which is one of my favorite Pokemon. Is my favorite Pokemon. So I'm excited to see some of the older ones that weren't in the game and be able to capture them. But I don't know.
Well, paid DLC. This is the only way you're getting your favorite Pokemon is paid DLC. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure I caught that.
Yeah. Paid DLC.
Well, I mean, Sean, I can go back and play like my old Pokemon games and have Ninetales, or
I can. Or you could play this busted ass one that they ain't fixing anytime soon.
Wrong show, Sean. Language.
Oh, I'm sorry. Busted butt.
It's too late. It's too late to apologize.
I meant donkey.
It's too late.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's too late to apologize.
My brain just works.
Oh,
yeah.
It's too late.
I what I'm hearing from you, Lockleth, is that you weren't disappointed because you came in with proper and measured expectations, perhaps.
Oh yeah. I had no expectations, like always.
Smart.
And
What's that like?
I already knew that they're going to show off all those apps and games I don't play. Like I do on occasion when these things happen, go back and play the Pokemon Cafe Remix is what it's called now. So I'm excited. I get to have Quaxley in that game too.
That's cool.
Can have one of the 3 starters from Scarlet Violet. So I'll probably play it until I get Quaxley. It's little things like that. Like, oh yeah, I forgot that this was even a thing. I mean, the game is free and I never, purchased any extras, luckily, with that game either. So I don't know. I'll dive back in. It's the only time I ever play on my Switch Lite is when I play Pokemon Cafe. That's the only system
Pokemon
I play it
Cafe machine. Nice.
That and Stardew. That's it.
I'm way more upset about this, I feel like, than you are. Where are you at, Sean?
Get him. You came in. Lockleth comes in with measured and tempered expectations, which is good. Which that's great. I come in with vitriol and hurt feelings.
Y'all come in with hatred in your heart. Like Sean goes into it with hate, just like Kirby.
I honestly, I was thinking about it earlier today. I'm like, how am I going to talk about this? Because I just keep proving Andros right, that there's a happy-go-lucky Nintendo Sean, and there's a grumpy old man Sean who's principled and, all this other garbage. And I just feel like they don't care. And I cannot stand in anything. People, Pokemon companies, whatever. If I just get a sense that you're just kind of mailing it in, get it away from me. I don't want it. And I just don't feel like this was a satisfactory follow-up to what I still view the Pokemon game that launched last year as just unacceptable. And it's just like, who cares? Like, it just seemed like it felt like I was getting spit in the face across the digital screen in front of me. Like, who cares? 20 million sold. Here's a bunch of mediocrity for you to chew up and spend more money on. Like, it feels like a Futurama episode, like with Mom,
right.
Like, it's just like, whatever, you're just going to buy it. And I can't stand it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for inspired and fun things to do. And I don't know, dude, like I'm going to maybe cut myself off there before everybody unsubscribes from our podcast, because we're supposed to be celebrating Nintendo. I'm just mad at it.
Well, I mean, you're not. I don't disagree with you. And here's the thing. When we come into a Pokemon Presents, right? These happen on Pokemon Day, on the anniversary on February 22nd. It's a big 27th rather. It's a big celebration of Pokemon. This is when we get the big announcements like Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Snap. These kind of things are revealed at these events. And it's supposed to be a big old celebration of Pokemon. And here we got like 8 minutes or something of Pokemon Sleep. We got DLC that's not coming until the fall and winter for a busted game that is still not fixed.
Preach.
And I don't understand. It's almost like offensive to me. Yeah, testify.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. I don't understand how you can have the audacity, frankly.
Yes.
To ask me to buy DLC, to pre-order DLC for a game that you still haven't patched. I'm just that you're still clapping your inner elbow.
Can I just say, I think we would be more upset if they announced another game with the state of the last game. So I think that's the other thing too for me, was I was glad not to see something new when they still have to fix what's been done. So announcing a DLC that comes out later this year, so that to me says that hopefully they will fix some of the stuff, or at least get it to a point before that comes out. That gives them time, hopefully, to get that done. This is me just trying to be positive, y'all. I'm trying to keep our subscribers over here. You're welcome.
Well, is this better? How about I take mine down a notch? Since Seth can be heel, you can be whatever the opposite of a heel is, toe.
Yeah.
The crown.
Yeah. I'm just apathetic. Don't care. Like, whatever. Yeah. Like,
you're
all
just
right,
whelmed.
Pokemon, just do. I'm not even at the table of whelming or under or overwhelming.
Not even at the table.
I just left the whatever.
My invite's at home.
Yeah, I'm just sitting in the field with Ingrid, just waiting for
next
sweet eternal embrace.
Oh my god!
I just don't get but that's not where you want people. Like, I actually don't like. I just local sports team, don't care. Like, whatever,
checked out.
Man. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're not going to try, I got other things to do. I got a whole tournament bracket full of games that I can pick from. And guess what? I got 99 games in a Pokemon 8-1. Okay.
Right. Well, to your point, Lockleth, I would have literally preferred it if they had come on and they had, what's his face from the Pokemon company or whatever. If he had literally come out and rather than talk about, the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, he was like, here's our plan, here is when you're gonna get the next major patch that is going to solve these issues or whatever. Here is and I normally hate roadmaps, but if there's ever a game that needs a roadmap, it's this one. Here is our plan of how we're actually going to fix this. Here's a little bit of transparency of hey, on March 15th, or whatever, you're going to get patch, 2.0, and it's going to add this and it's going to fix that. Like that's what I'm kind of looking for. That's what I would have preferred out of them than say, oh, hey, by the way, here is like a vague, weird trailer for our upcoming DLC, which I think actually looks pretty cool. Like the DLC itself, I think looks kind of neat. However, it's like, man, like I'm not rushing out to give you $35 when it's still like the game is still not in the right condition,
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
I am definitely going to wait until I get it. Another thing I thought of too that I forgot was Pokemon Concierge, the stop motion series that's coming to Netflix. I love stop motion movies. Those have always been some of my favorites. And then the little Psyduck that just came out, like they just gave you just a little taste, just a little tease. I wish I could have seen more. And all they said was coming soon. But I'm going to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to tell y'all how much I love it, because I already know I'm probably going to love it because it's stop motion. But that was another positive for me, was that
me too.
I think that's the standout.
Yeah.
I was going to say the 10-second teaser for the Netflix show is the best part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, but I want to go back to Pokemon Sleep, because Pokemon Sleep is an interesting thing. Because guys, I feel like this is like the Morbius of Pokemon. And like this is like how the internet blew up Morbius and made it like a meme. They did the same thing to Pokemon Sleep. Like Pokemon, they to the Pokemon company, they thought this was their get hype announcement, like they thought this was their mic drop moment. They're like, hey, we know it's been a long time. Guess what, baby? Pokemon Sleep's here. It's coming out this summer. And like, there's some people, Lockleth and Cheesy, care about it, but like, that's it. Like, these are the only people who actually care about Pokemon Sleep. It's a meme otherwise. It's Morbin time all over again, when the Morbius people like re-released the movie because they thought everybody actually loved it, but really they were making fun of it. The Pokemon company is like, hey, everybody loves Pokemon Sleep. They've been asking for it for years, and nobody actually cares.
Can I be honest with you, Seth?
Yes.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm going to try it. I'll try it.
I don't
try it, but I'm not going to like it.
But
damn it.
Who cares?
Download to their tally. But whatever. I gotta be like, are we not supposed to be on or near phones before sleepy time though? Like, what's the deal with this? Like, I just feel like it's not what we're supposed to be doing. Right? Like, have like a phone app like that. I don't know. I feel like you're supposed to have total darkness, in silence, and be away from your electronics for an hour. And I don't think that's what this is.
I have an app that I did use, but it was kind of expensive, so I'm not using it anymore. But it was a thing that would like play like certain music to put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But the screen was still dark, so it didn't like give you that blue light.
Right.
Or it would give you like a short little like puzzle to play that just kind of lulls you. It made me tired. Like it actually legitimately made me sleepy. And then I would put it down into rest mode. It would play the song for 30 minutes and shut off, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. I am kind of one of those people that enjoys like an app that helps me sleep, and it's meant for that. So if this kind of has some of those similar stuff, I probably will like it.
Maybe.
And then if it also has like a waking aspect too, I think that'll be I don't know. It'll be a plus for me. But
Pokemon plus.
I'm one of those memers
Pokemon
that
plus
is
plus.
just super excited.
If you're looking for like anything to help you get to sleep, you could just listen to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast with Mr. Babbitt and Mr. K-Sep. It'll put you right to sleep. It's so boring and uninteresting. You can listen to that for a couple moments, just out, and you'll be up 3 days later and wonder, man,
what happened?
What's going on?
What year is it?
They forget about me. I think I just had like an Ingrid moment. The heck, it's dead on the field over here.
Well, let me say this.
Eat crap,
before it
Joe.
gets out of hand over here in the chat. I feel like I do like
you, Joe.
that. I like that the Pokemon company is taking a little bit of responsibility in that they know that they are the biggest entertainment property in the world, right? and they know that a lot of kids engage with their product. So they have these apps like Pokemon Smile, which is like the toothbrush app, the teeth brushing app. And then now they have Pokemon Sleep. So I kind of like that they have these like lifestyle apps for kids. I kind of like that Pokemon is taking charge of that. And Pokemon is like, hey, there's no better company in the world that should be doing something like this than Pokemon. So I do like and respect
watching you while you sleep.
Yeah, watching us while we're asleep, collecting our data, you know.
That's what that Pikachu in the background was doing.
Yeah,
that like creepy Pikachu. In them.
And I also kind of want it at the same time.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you, man. So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I just feel like the reason that this whole thing came off as disappointing is because they dedicated like half of it to an app that should have just been another thing that was looped in with the other mobile apps, you know, rather than, I don't know, Detective Pikachu or any of the, like, everybody thought the Game Boy games were coming and stuff like that. Any of those things would have been a way more hype announcement than let's talk about Pokemon Sleep for 8 minutes. Like it's a big deal. You know,
I can't wait to smash cut to this clip of us slamming Pokemon Sleep in 6 months time. When we're just like, this is amazing. I've never slept so well in my entire life. Thank you, Pokemon Company.
This is a story of a girl named Lockleth who said it was going to be great. And it is. This is what we're going to revert back to.
Went to sleep with a Pokemon.
Yep. Sean said it would be bad, but look at him.
I don't even know what it is. Like, I actually don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know what it does. Did you get a read on what it does, Lockleth?
No. I don't think they gave us enough. I don't think they gave us enough of what it is. And I don't know. I think this is one of those things I might have too many high hopes for it just because of the different apps that I have used to help for sleep. Yeah. Because I've used several, and don't get me started on apps that wake you up. Like, I've used several of those too, and none of them have been successful. I love my sleep too much, apparently. But getting me to sleep is difficult. So I've used a lot of different apps. So I'm hoping that they did their research and give us stuff that is pretty common with those types of things. And it's not just to get kids to go to sleep. Like,
right.
I know I'm a big child at heart, but I need a little bit more than just
You're not that big.
Well, true. Let me just
pretty little.
Let me just jump out of my chair.
Scurry away.
What if it's various Pokemon reading you bedtime stories in calm, slow voices, but they actually don't say words. They say, what story would you like them to read?
Boba, Boba.
That's really good.
That's really good. Yeah. Walker could voice Pokemon for sure.
Oh my gosh, I have a small story. I went to Build-A-Bear and bought this was years ago. I went to Build-A-Bear and bought the Bulbasaur thing. And you could put the sounds in there. But we couldn't see that there was one for Bulbasaur. And so I was doing the record it yourself option. And I literally started the Bulbasaur. And then the lady was like, you could just scan the tag and it pulls it up. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wasn't just showing off.
Or I can just voice it myself.
I know.
I got this.
What if I wanted to?
Yeah, do it.
Leave me alone.
I'm with you.
Build-A-Bear employee.
Yeah.
Go help those children.
Yeah, you acting like you're not impressed. That was pretty decent. What do you know?
Yeah, that was a pretty good Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
Susan.
You don't know me.
Susan.
Yeah, right.
There.
Could you imagine if that person's a fan of the Nintendo Drive and they're just
listening
to them get dragged right
Susan.
now?
Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. If we get a new patron named Susan, I don't know what I'll do. I'll actually use Pokemon Sleep. That's what I'll do. Shout out to Susan.
I'm gonna download it and see like what the fuss is about, but I don't even know like what the mission is. Like, are you trying to just make people look forward to going to sleep? Because I already do. I want to go to sleep basically at any
right now.
point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good. You guys want to go to bed?
Can we just go to bed now? I don't need an incentive for that.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Post show is just Locklist saying all the Pokemon sounds of lulling Sean and Seth to sleep. Is that what we're gonna
pretty
do?
good.
That'd be great.
I could do a me and Togepi, but it's a little loud.
Oh snap!
Stop lulling anybody to sleep with that one.
Maybe somebody. Need the louder distractions from the voices in their head.
I will say, I am disappointed that there wasn't Detective Pikachu.
I know.
That I always get excited for that. That is the one thing in the back of my mind I always think of.
So annoying.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But it's all good. We can stay focused on Legend of Zelda. Still got the day booked off for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, I'm taking off that Friday and I'm taking off that Monday, and I'm just going to take a long weekend. I did both days.
I think it's Mother's Day weekend. I think that might be a thing.
Mom, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm busy, Mom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my mom over and we're just gonna play Zelda.
That'd be amazing.
This actually reminds me. So did you guys see they bumped up the date for the Mario movie 2 days?
Yes, April 5th. How?
It's on a Wednesday.
How did you get there? That was amazing.
Here's how I got here. Well, because I was thinking about the way that this corresponds with holidays. That is, so my family's Jewish. That's the first day of Passover is Wednesday.
Nice.
So we're like, I texted my dad. My dad really wants to see it with me, like opening day. My dad's like,
can you?
We grew up playing.
You don't bowl on Shabbos?
we don't go to the movies on that day. It's the night though. We would have to go if we can get into like an early showing, like either the night before or that morning or something. It's totally fine. But after the sun goes down, we're out. You know what I mean? So, so that was unfortunate timing for us. But I'm still seeing it as early as
inconsiderate
possible.
of Mario and the Nintendo company.
I know.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
It's not like they're making it I cannot say that word. They're not making it match like another date. Like the people in Japan, they have to wait till later in the month, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the 28th or something like that.
26th or 28th.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
Am I still seeing it the second I'm able to? Yes, I am.
Nice.
And I will probably see it about 500 times. That's going to be the greatest movie ever made. I can't wait.
I still haven't watched the latest. I think there's been 2 trailers since the last time we talked about it.
They're doing a direct on March
11th. And it's like they said it's the last thing that they're showing, right?
Trailer.
Before,
Nope.
Yeah.
Opting out. Yeah. Not talking about it. Not watching it.
Maybe we need to
the
make
movie's
like
90 minutes.
Yeah, we've already seen like half.
I've seen enough. Yes, huge.
That's true.
That pie chart is huge on this. How much I've seen of it so far.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, do we have like one more question? I think, right?
Yeah.
Is it the Presto one here?
Mm-hmm.
The Magnificent.
Presto, hey, Presto, the Magnificent.
Presto.
He says, what would a mainline Pokemon game for the N64 look like? I like that idea, actually. It'd be pretty
blocky.
Cool. Yeah, like a low poly, like open world Pokemon. That'd be kind of sick.
Yep.
I'd be into that.
Like South Park on 64.
Shooting the turkeys.
Yes.
Throwing the snowballs at the
turkeys. Like puddles from Power Rangers. Like, which one is it? I can't tell.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of cool if there's this game that I'm like, this indie game I'm obsessed with right now called Anodyne 2 that is kind of like that. It's like open world, low poly, kind of looks like an N64 game. But you could imagine like, you think about something like Ocarina of Time. We were like out in Hyrule Field and it's wide open. You can imagine little blocky, janky little Pokemon out there, So
I got a drink. Thank you.
Got your drink.
Hey, you got a drink.
Just in time for the post show.
We love it.
I got a drink too, but it's still in the fridge.
Oh, nice. That kind. I got a drink.
That kind of drink. I'm sitting here like a loser. So,
I think it would look like Viva Pinata. That's what I think it would look like. A Pokemon game like Viva Pinata.
If they did that, I would lose my ish. If they did a Pokemon Viva Pinata,
wouldn't that be amazing? It reminds me. I was listening. Presto, did you ask this question? Does Presto listen to the Nintendo Shack? I'm not sure. I feel like maybe.
Probably.
Anyway, Nintendo Shack, Donnie and Rebecca were talking about a Animal Crossing Pokemon game. And as soon as I heard that, just like, can you imagine? You just create your own little island and you have all the Pokemon. Or how is that not a thing? How is that not a thing?
Yeah, right.
Like,
that makes sense.
It would be so cute. It would be
so great. Yeah. Like I love this question because I know it's based in the 64, but it kind of just makes you wonder, like, what else do we not have yet? This is why I'm mad about the Pokemon Presents thing. It's like, how do we not get something like fun and cool and exciting? We got an app on our stupid phones that's putting us to sleep instead of like a cool crossover, like the Flintstones meets the Jetsons or something. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know?
When's it going to be my time?
It's my time. Oh my goodness.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I just want something amazing.
Something amazing, I guess.
What's that Pokemon game that it was like, it's kind of like blocky like Minecraft, but it was free too?
Are you talking about the Wii U one, like the Pokemon Rumble or whatever?
Is that no, but it's on Switch. I have it.
Okay. There's like I remember like I know I can visualize like the blocky like Charizard.
I can't remember the name. It's impossible to know. I'm opening up my Switch so I can look it up.
There's like 80 games in there.
Well, it's digital. I just gotta turn this thing on. I haven't turned it on in forever.
You gotta turn it on. You gotta dig through your software library. You don't have folders on your home screen like that. So, okay, there, Kato to the rescue. Pokemon Quest.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it. That's
Kato.
exactly it.
Look at Kato knowing things.
Look at her.
Kato knew it.
Very impressive.
Pokemon
YouTube.com/Console Kato. It's where everybody came here from.
Where you can learn more about Pokemon Quest. Just want to ask her Pokemon questions.
It's so rare that I know things.
But like they made those characters, like, even though they're blocky, like, get rid of the blockiness, but like they made them so cute. And you're in kind of an open world of sorts. Like, Animal Crossing mixed with Pokemon is not that far from that. Like, come on. I even like the style of Pokemon Cafe Remix, like how it's kind of that artsy drawn. It doesn't have to be like wild 3D graphics. It just has to be adorable, and I want it now. Why isn't this a thing? I'm upset. Pokemon Presents sucks.
All right, we all got there. We all got there eventually.
We got her there.
We did it.
Awesome.
We did it.
There we go.
It was awful.
Be miserable.
We can
with
call
us.
this episode a success now. We've corrupted Lachlan's opinion.
Like, it takes much.
Kato says Nintendo hates us. I think that's a great note to end the show on. Nintendo hates us.
Yep.
Oh,
yay, everything sucks.
Everything is awful.
Literally is. Man. Well, speaking of Animal Crossing, I have my physical, y'all.
Good. Okay. It's important.
I caved. I haven't played it yet, but I caved and I bought Animal Crossing Wild World for the DS.
Maybe it's a Wild World.
I've never played it. It has like the booklet and everything.
Yeah, imagine that.
Like the full.
Remember when they used to come with those? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, instruction booklets.
What kind of what are we talking? What kind of instructions are we talking about here?
Yeah, what's in there? Is
let's see the goods.
In there or what?
Like, are they characters? Like backstories?
Like legit, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I mean, the first part is like warnings about like the metals
Tom
inside.
Nook's like store and how it works.
That is amazing.
I love that stuff, dude. I miss that so much.
How to move, like, it's legit. Like,
how did we let them get away with this? We're just not getting instruction books anymore.
Dude, do you remember when you were a kid and you would buy the game and like on your drive home, like in the backseat, you bust it open and read the book?
Some of my most like memorable memories, were just like looking at instruction booklets and then grabbing whatever scrap piece of paper and crayons and pencils or whatever, and just drawing stuff in instruction books. Like top tier. My brain is already going to mush. My memories until the day I die, that I hope will be there. Just so dang precious. Just all the bosses in Mega Man, all the Mega Men, that you were fighting in, like the origin stories of the Goomba. Like it tells where he was born and the fight that he had with his mother on the 2nd of September, like all like crazy details in those instruction booklets that we all remember 100% totally real, you know?
Yeah. But it's wild. Like the DS is in the Animal Crossing community right now. Like everyone went back. It is playing like New Leaf, and I think Wild World might be next. And people are buying up 3DSs.
You're a little influencer, man. You had a lot of people buying
only
New
like
Leaf.
like 3 people.
Well, look, that's 3 more people buying New Leaf.
Like 3 people. I'm not gonna lie, I have been looking at 3DSs, but I probably won't get one because I have a 2DS. I'm able to play everything, but I'm not the aesthetic girly. But that's fine. I'm fine with it.
Well,
I've accepted it.
That.
Yeah. Now watch. We're gonna see a bunch of people buying Wild World now in Discord. We're gonna see about 4 or 5 pictures of people buying that. Just because Lockleth brought it up. The power. Lockleth has got power.
The power. I will definitely play it this weekend because I have some time. So I will come back next week and I'll let y'all know if it's worth buying. Because
I like it.
I think this was like only $40 and that included shipping.
That's kind of a lot still for like what year did that come out? Like I'm glad you got it.
2005,
09 or something. Oh yeah, it must have been earlier than that because it's DS.
I think it's 05.
The reason that I ask is because I feel attacked. I feel like you're trying to outdo my 2018 Fire Emblem 3 Houses with an even older game. Well, I'll get an even older game, Lockleth.
I'm gonna get back into the GameCube, Sean, if we're gonna go like this.
Go straight to, and we can't go too far. I can't just end it. Like, all right, like NES, Game Boy.
I'm just gonna play Pong.
We're gonna play the original Kirby's Dream Land on Game Boy.
That's right.
There you go.
Can do that right now on my Switch. You know.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Anyways.
Well,
Sean,
good physical. I enjoyed your physical.
You're welcome. I'm here every week to show y'all my physical.
Very good.
Sean,
yes.
Where can people find you on the interwebs, internets, and all that jazz?
You can go on to a web browser of your choice, open the address bar, go to a website called google.com or .ca if you like. It looks exactly the same. Type in Twitter into the search bar. Click on probably the first result. Then go into the search bar of Twitter and search Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Make sure you click people. Don't click tweets. You don't want to click on people who are tweeting about me. You want to get the real me, which features a lovely illustration of a certain Star Wars character drawn by the lovely Lockleth. Just an absolute monstrosity of a character that I have for 2 more months. Two more months that we have here. And that's where you can find me. Twitter.com/Sean Capri. I did it again. My shorter version of it was the URL. Oh my gosh. Hey, shout out to Justin Masson for being here last week, by the way.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Very, very sweet. I also want to invite people
to your house.
I don't want to get you down. No, I also want to, if you want to know where I live, I'll send you a pinned address in a message. Don't want to get you down here. Maybe this is a post show. Who knows what we'll do. But over the weekend was the 2nd anniversary of the late great Bobby Pauls, the Nintendo guru. He passed February 26, 2021. We'll always remember him. I want to invite people not to my home, to our Discord. There's a great set of channels that we've kept in his honor, in his memory. Yes. There's a lot of his clips. There's a lot of people remembering him, especially over this weekend, which was awesome to see. And if you hear us talking about Bobby, you're like, who was this guy? Please go to youtube.com/Nintendo Guru. Check out his content. It's still up there. His last tweet was promoting something that I did. He changed everything for me. I love Bobby until the end of time. He's just the greatest. But yeah, a lot of people have discovered carpool gaming since then. And it's a shame because he was the best of us. He had the greatest work ethic. He had the biggest heart. And he loved Animal Crossing, even though I couldn't stand him talking about it all the time. It was a real weird place for us to be in. So please come to the Discord, come check out all the stuff. There's lots of love for Bobby, and for anybody else out there who's missing him, I'm right with you. But we continue forth. So I just wanted to honor Bobby a little bit as we remembered him this weekend.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Seth, you as well.
Me. Well, let me just say too a little bit of carpool gaming lore for folks who might not know, because I don't know how public we are about this, but the carpool gaming mascot is named
Oh,
after
yeah.
him. It's Bobby.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Mhm.
And so there's, Bobby is literally at the heart of everything we do still, and we keep him in mind always. So definitely. And it does occur to me, you're right, Sean, that like people listening to us and we reference him constantly,
Like, who
they're
is
like,
this guy?
who is
I
this
don't
guy?
think
Wait a
about
minute,
it.
who are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
He's the best, man.
So,
Just incredible.
So good call there. We love Bobby. You can find me by driving to your local Best Buy, getting one of the display tablets.
I had a different one ready. I need to remember for next week. I'm so sorry for interrupting. Dang.
Connecting to their in-store Wi-Fi, going onto the iPad, pulling up the Safari browser, and typing in http://twitter.com/$2hero. That's me.
Oh,
Well,
that's amazing.
As Sean would probably, I think you probably do this on a daily basis, Sean. Just like Sean, go to your local McDonald's and hook up to their free Wi-Fi that they have.
Yep.
Go to twitter.com/LocklithTWT to find me, or you can find me here on YouTube at Locklith as well. But thank y'all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already, and fuel this carpool in the comments below by answering, what do you wish you would have seen during the Pokemon Presents that was not covered? Let us know in the comments. And just like Sean and Seth have said, join us over on Discord, where it's always linked below, where we sometimes talk about games, but we always have the best time. Come join us.
We're talking about waifus today. Good
Yes.
times.
Join us.
All the things.
Join us.
Join
Goodbye.
us.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna push the button now. Goodbye. Bye. 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 I'm just gonna leave it awkward here so you guys don't know what to do, and then I'm gonna hit the button.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube, and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Deek.